Talk about your love of She-Hulk comics as a child.
My love of She-Hulk developed when I was a young girl, and I saw the cover of a She-Hulk in a sea of male comic book heroes, and I immediately related to her and wanted to be her. And I'm so grateful to be a part of bringing She-Hulk to the modern generation.
How do you feel about She-Hulk joining the ranks of the female superheroes and the MCU?
I think it's about time that She-Hulk joined the female superheroes of the MCU, and I hope she's part of a movement to stop even saying female superheroes and just call them what they are, superheroes.
Marvel Studios is known for playing around in different genres. What genre is She-Hulk, and what can audiences expect from each episode of the series?
She-Hulk is a real blend of genres. It's very funny and leads with comedy, but it's also got elements of drama and action and suspense, and it also fits visually into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What does Jennifer Walters do for a living, and how important is her career to her?
Jennifer Walters is a lawyer, and her career is really everything. It's what she's worked so hard to attain, and she's very resistant to being a superhero because she doesn't want it to disrupt the life that she's created for herself.
You touched on this a little bit, but how does Jennifer Walters become She-Hulk, and how does she initially feel about having those human
Um,
powers?
Jennifer Walters becomes She Hulk after an accident that accidentally transfuses some of her cousin's blood into her blood. And she feels that these superpowers have been thrust upon her, and she really wants nothing to do with being a superhero. But life doesn't always work out exactly the way you want it to, and she ends up having to become a superhero.
Describe the relationship between Jen Walters and her cousin Bruce Banner.
Jen Walters and Bruce Banner have a very sibling like relationship. It's kind of like a big brother, little sister vibe. And when the two actors got together, they had such a playful energy, and we really capitalized on that and let it inform the script.
Talk about that dynamic between Tatiana Maslany and Mark Ruffalo.
Mark and Tatiana talked on set about how wearing the gray mocap suits with the camera in the face made them feel other and kind of outside of the other actors and outside of the crew. And they really used that to bond. And it's a little bit of, life imitating art, art imitating life. When you watch them together, they are the only two people in the world who understand what it's like to play the Hulk. And the Hulks are the only two Hulks who understand what it is to be a Hulk.
Who is Emil Blonsky, and what personal connection to Jen does he have?
Emil Blonsky, also known as the Abomination, is a character played by Tim Roth. And his connection to Jen Walters is an unfortunate one in that he tried to kill her beloved cousin Bruce back in the day. And now she is kind of forced to be his lawyer.
Talk about Tim Roth returning to the MCU after 14 years and the evolution of that character.
Emil Blonsky, aka the Abomination, is played by Tim Roth, and Tim brought so much experience and had such a strong point of view about who that character is, and he brought all of that to the screen.
Who is Titania, and how is Jamila Jamel bring her to life?
Titania is a very evil Instagram influencer slash villainess and a new addition to the MCU. Jamila Jamil was the only choice for me. I'd worked with her before on Marry Me, and I knew that she could bring reality to a character that is so out there.